Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Main Event Mixer here on the Main Event Wrestling Network. I am Mr. OTM from the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, and I am joined by an esteemed panel this morning. We just had Survivor Series last night, so we're going to be breaking down everything tonight. And of course, I am joined to my left by the podcast dad, one half of the Wrestling Junkies podcast. Sir, how you doing this morning?
Well, we talked pre-show. I'm a little tired. 8 hours in the car yesterday, but I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Nice.
So did you watch Survivor Series in the car?
Of course I did.
This is what it's about, people. This is how we win.
Yep.
Also,
That's
as you
how you
can
know the
see,
real ones.
No,
beneath
just white,
the
white
podcast dad, we got the one, the only, often imitated, never duplicated, Mr. Tim Vicious. Sir, how's it going?
Cheers. I'm doing good, guys. I'm in Erie where we're talking pre-show. I'm in Erie and it's cold. I don't know how else to put it. It's cold. And we got more snow than I care to admit.
Yeah, it's a little chilly here in Northwest Indiana as well. Thankfully, no snow. I know there's definitely no snow where the man below me is currently resides. The Great Brown Hope is also with us, sir. How are we doing this morning?
We're doing great. How you guys doing? Getting ready to get a little loco.
I was gonna say, what kind of Four Loko we got this morning?
This week we got where's the camera? Gold.
Oh.
Just in
There
time
it
for
is.
we got Night of Champions soon, right?
I don't even know what's coming up. We got main event. Which, by the way, guys, isn't it weird that once we decided to start this network, main event Saturday night's main event makes a return?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Mm.
No
Listening.
coincidence.
You're listening,
watching.
guys.
Yeah. Somebody's taking notes.
Exactly. So if
Yeah.
they are listening, they should make sure they're following us at @mainevent_net on all of our socials. Also, don't forget to check out our friends over at Gorilla Press Apparel, gorillapressapparel.bigcartel.com. If you use promo code MEM24, you will save 10% off your order. Podcast Dad, I know you got some stuff. Tell me a little bit about
Look
Gorilla
at
Press.
that. Look at that shirt right there.
That
The
is
classic
sick.
ECW logo. They also have the WCW logo. Guys, these guys aren't messing around. If you need merch for your tables, if you're an independent wrestler, if you're a promoter, go check them out because they do some really, really good work.
That's right. Proud sponsor of the Main Event Mixer here. And of course, if you want to get main event gear, we got that over on the OTM shop. So if you go to the onthemarkwrestlingpodcast.com and use code XMIS, you will also save some money, 10% to be exact. So go ahead and get your main event merch and rep the squad. So boys, we got a couple comments trickling in. We got Hot Sauce Bill Moss. He has entered the
Sauce.
chat. And Tim, it looks like you're not alone. Bill Moss said he got 2 feet of snow where he's at.
I wish we just had two. I do.
Oh, it's more?
Oh, dude. We're getting lake effect, and it hasn't stopped since I woke up this morning.
Damn.
I
So
know
you
that.
won't be going anywhere today, is what you're saying.
Not unless I got a death wish.
This is true. So don't go anywhere. We need
don't
you,
do that.
sir.
I mean, I'm crazy, not stupid.
There you go.
That could be this network's motto if we're being real. But,
Well,
Get
for
the
some of
intern to
us-
start jotting that down.
well,
Yeah, intern Nick Mysterio, get on it on the socials and whatnot. But boys, before we get into Survivor Series, I would like to introduce everybody once again because maybe some people are tuning in for the very first time. So we're just gonna start in order here. So Chris, podcast dad, tell me a
Yes.
little bit about what you guys got going on at the Wrestling Junkies podcast.
yeah, me and my co-host, Mr. Cincinnati, Eric Robinson, who's not here today. We do a podcast 4 days a week, usually Monday through Thursday. We took a couple days off for the holiday. But if you guys like what we're doing, subscribe to our YouTube. We're at 379. We're trying to get to 400 before the end of the year. That's our goal right now. We also do a ton with independent promotions. If you like wrestlers, promoters, referees, we just had wrestling insurance on last week. So we kind of run the full gambit of stuff we're doing over on our show. And then we also do recaps. So if you guys are looking for that, check us out. We just had Between Two Beards on. Great guys. But yeah, just come check us out. If you like to have fun with wrestling, that's what we do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I highly recommend checking out those guys' podcasts. I just randomly one time was on social media, of course, and I scrolled across your guys' show when you were live one day, and I looked at these two guys, and I'm like, huh, I like what they're doing. And here we are a year later, and all this is happening. It's pretty crazy. But Tim Vicious is another guy that I was scouting for, I guess you could say, on the internet. Tim, why don't you tell the listeners a little bit about what you do here at the network?
Vicious Rants, I do it every Monday following right from Raw. I go right to recording and go and I'm up all night doing that work. Every Tuesday morning, new episode of Vicious Rants is on YouTube and Spotify. Also, every other week, I do an interview show, Vicious Chats, where I'm open to talking to anyone, whether it's about wrestling stuff, entertainment stuff, if you're into like doing crypto or making internet content work, whatever. My YouTube page is Tim23Vicious. I'm doing a contest. If I can hit 500 before the Royal Rumble in February, one random subscriber will win a Vicious Rant shirt. Either this one, you often imitated, never duplicated, or the other one, if you love me, great, you hate me. And just all you got to do, $0 to get in on it. All you guys are eligible too, so it's not like the network's not able to. All you got to do is just sub to the channel.
We love a good giveaway here at the network, and I know the Great Brown Hope knows a few things about giveaways, sir. So what you got coming up on the blog for us here?
Well, season's 2 about to get a wrap. I'm gonna take a break from blogs for a little bit, get some more stuff cooked up, get something different going. Might be switching over to video format. So today we're gonna give away a pair of shoes on this show for free. So we're gonna celebrate 2 years. What is it? I think 50, 60 blogs with you guys now.
Damn,
That's
really?
crazy,
That much?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, it's not about 50 or 60 of them we're at. I think. I'll have to check.
No.
I'll have to double check the math, but we're there. We're pretty much there. We're getting there. So
Tim's
by
getting
next year,
dragged
they'll
by Bill in the comment section saying he's got that special.
Comcast. I have Comcast. Damn it.
You are a little pixelated on our end.
It's snowing there, guys. Leave him alone.
Yeah, he's
Hey, you
got
guys
3
are
feet
all
of
coming
snow.
in crystal clear on my end. Y'all look like 720 or 1080.
Yeah, Comcast
I
refuses.
can't help it if I got that 8-bit look.
Yeah.
That's all right. We can still hear you for the most part. But yeah, make sure you're giving all of our content a follow. My show is live every Thursday at Pot on the Mark is where you can find us. And yeah, we got a giveaway as well. Once we get to 400 subscribers, we're going to be giving away a signed Rey Mysterio figure. I know the Great Brown Hope's a big fan of Rey Mysterio down there.
Don't get me started. It's supposed to be a good show. I just started drinking.
You're going to need to get through this show. Yeah.
And to be funny, Rey Mysterio is the only guy that the Great Brown Hope will never give his flowers to. So he doesn't deserve his flowers. Fuck that. He could smoke a bunch of old dried up flowers for all I care.
He did give his flowers to LA Knight. I know for the longest time you were hating.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? If LA Knight can get his flowers, anyone can, except Rey Mysterio.
Good to know. So there will be no Rey Mysterio blogs in the near future on the Main Event
Never.
Wrestling Network. But
Never.
boys,
may have to
let's
talk.
get into Survivor Series. Obviously, this happened last night. There was a lot of hype going into it, and as I expected, at least, they decided to bookend it with the War Games matches. So obviously, things started with the women's War Games match, which, in my opinion, kind of got off to a little slow start. Things felt a little bit clunky to start the War Games match, but eventually, I thought things started to come around. Of course, you had the infamous Io Sky spot in there, amongst other things. But Podcast Dad, let me go to you first. How did you feel about the start here to Survivor Series with this women's War Games match?
I think it's the right move. I think you always want to kind of bookend it, kind of like they do with the Rumble. When you have 2 matches of that kind of magnitude, and it's going to be a very long match, you kind of want to start the show with one, end the show with one. So that makes sense. They used to do the same thing with like the chambers back in the day when they had multiple chambers. So I'm okay with it. It is what it is. I think the beginning of the match kind of felt like the entire build up to the match. It was a little clunky. Like there's just a lot going on. Rhea Ripley wins. Okay. Like she got the pin. I guess we're going to keep doing this. Hopefully she wins the title and we kind of move on, and let's keep this one going. Look, it was a fun match. Was it the best women's War Games? No. But was it a fun match? Yeah, it was. And it with Rhea Ripley coming back, I think it helped it a lot. Where on our show, I was kind of like, I don't want to have a War Games just to have a War Games, right? Like, just because it's Survivor Series War Games, we don't have to have a War Games. I don't want to go back to the, Hell in a Cell, TLC, all these themed pay-per-view shit. Like, I don't want to do that. But with Rhea Ripley being back, it was fine. It was a fine match. Again, not the greatest women's War Games I've ever seen, but I don't know if I'd say it's the worst.
No, I wouldn't sit here and shit on the match by any means, but Bill said was surprised to see Liv eat the pin, but made sense so Rhea can get her title match yet again. Tim, let me go to you next. We know Rhea Ripley gets the pin here. Obviously, I think we all can assume she's probably going to get a title opportunity. What were your thoughts on this opening match here?
I thought it was good. Liv taking the pin was a shock. I figured it was going to be like or Candice. Just felt, to me, it felt like one of them two in the match was meant to be cannon fodder. But if I had to guess, I'm going to say Io's going to get that match at Saturday night, and then they're going to transition to Rhea at the Rumble.
Yeah,
definitely.
Either that or to have Rhea win at the Rumble, so that way they can then have her go and say, "You got nowhere to run."
Podcast, what are you crossing your fingers about over there?
Because I want to see Rhea Ripley win at the Rumble, because I'm going to be there.
Oh, me too.
There you go.
Being selfish.
Have a drink of that.
Hell yeah.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Great Brown Hope. I know I caught you mid-cheers, but what were your thoughts on this opening Women's War Games match?
I don't even know where to start. I think we had talked about it on Twitter ourselves, how this just didn't seem right with the pieces involved. Like, I feel like Nia Jax and her crew would have been better suited on Rhea's team, because we had just gotten off the Crown Jewel, and then suddenly they're a team. You know what I mean? Like, Liv now has Nia and Nia's newly acquired Goon Squad under her belt, and it didn't sit right with me. I enjoyed the match. I mean, it was a great match. Everybody got their spots in. Everybody who should have gotten some shine for that match got it. I get the purpose for it, but it just didn't sit right with me. It didn't feel right. It was a good match. It was fun. There's going to be more. Obviously, Rhea Liv is going to keep getting dragged on. They're going to keep fighting over Dom Mysterio, and then Raquel is going to be the one to try to take away Dom. So this is going to go on for at least 2 years. It's
fine.
Like
the Bloodline story.
We all just
We were just gonna
appreciate
have
Dom as the new true symbol for women's champion in the WWE.
There you go. You can carry Dom around.
I had actually seen a tweet. I have to find it again. I think it's still there. But somebody had said Harvey Whippleman won the women's championship once. They said that they should put Dom in the race next. I was like, oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
No,
Leave my
don't
boy
do that.
Dom alone.
Honestly, though, like the attempted or potential cash in there, the tease at least, I enjoyed. When I saw Tiffany grab that trash can, I don't know if you guys had that feeling too, but just something was pulling me saying, oh, that briefcase is definitely in that trash can. She's going to cash in. And maybe that was just because Ian fantasy booked it on OTM last week, and he put that thought into my brain. I'm like, oh, okay, this could happen. I just don't like the fact, and it's starting to feel like when Damian Priest was Mr. Money in the Bank, how they just constantly teased it, PLE after PLE.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't need to see that every single show.
It's too much.
No.
No. If anything, I kind of am a little biased on it because I thought it was such a great cash in. I'd like to see somebody get like the Dolph Ziggler treatment when he was Money in the Bank, when he was Mr. Money in the Bank. Have everyone's expectations on him go down so low so that way right when cash in does happen, it's like it's a legit holy shit moment.
Yeah.
Well, you have to go back to Dolph. I mean, go back to when Io did it. That one was like, oh, shit, I forgot she had the briefcase. And when that music hit, I mean, again, selfishly, I was there. But, like, that whole place went insane because they were like, oh, my God, wait, she has the Money in the Bank. Like, you're going to get to the point where it's just, like, the boy who cried wolf, right? Like, it's just not going to be – it's not going to be as, I think, big as they want it to be if they keep teasing it.
Yeah.
So when do you guys think it is going to happen? Sorry to cut you off, Great Brown.
Mania.
I don't know. I would say maybe the Rumble.
Mania.
Earliest, Mania latest.
Yeah, Mania would definitely be the latest. I would like to see that. But also, breaking news, I don't know if you guys saw that. Penta is officially a free agent now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Dude's gonna be a great speed champion.
Don't belittle the speed championships. They're still championships, regardless.
Okay.
Hey,
Did Candace have hers on?
Dragon Lee the champion?
Well, don't
Did
forget.
Candace have hers on last night? Oh wait.
I get that, but don't forget that it's a Twitter exclusive show, and it's fine.
I
For
didn't say it
what
was
it's
bad.
worth,
I'm just
for what it's worth, like it's pretty cool to see them have their own little shine. But yeah, they should wear the titles on the TV
they
show.
should.
But
They should.
I
I
mean,
agree. So Dragon Lee is the men's speed champion, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He
Who'd he
definitely
beat?
could. Fucking
I don't know.
Andrade. Come on,
Oh, yeah.
guys.
Everybody
Come on.
beats Andrade. I should have.
Hey, come on, leave Andrade alone.
I like Andrade.
I like Andrade.
He's catching a lot of L's. Just saying. Bill said Io with the trash can dive spot was getting old to me because she's done it almost every time in War Games, but made me eat my words when she did a backflip.
What's the new
Instead.
Kofi spot?
That's what I was about to say. Yep.
Yeah, it's the new Kofi spot.
Yeah, it's the infamous Kofi spot, like at the Rumble.
Yeah.
Yep,
No,
exactly.
I'm good.
It's got its place for sure, and it pops the crowd every single
No
time.
way. No way.
Penta versus Cody podcast.
No
dad.
Man, right off the bat, huh?
There's
right off the
there's
bat.
no way. There's no way.
First match, Cody.
There's no way. He's gonna be in the LWO, and you guys are gonna hate everything.
Well, we just need somebody to translate for Penta, so that way we can recreate from AEW.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
Penta
Oh,
says.
man.
Yeah, Rey
every
Mysterio is gonna take him right under his wing.
Great Brown Hope would have a juicy blog about that one. I
Oh
think.
man,
Man,
Brown Hope coming out of retirement for that one.
for real.
We kind of need it to happen just for the content. I hate to be selfish, sir, but come on. We
No,
need
you know
it.
what? Just for you guys, I'm gonna make one about LWO shitting on Rey Mysterio and praising everybody else in
I will
LWO.
count that as a Rey Mysterio blog. I will count
No!
it.
Get that shovel ready. Get that shovel ready now.
Breaking
Oh,
news. Intern, get the graphic. Great Brown Hope
Yep.
hearts Rey Mysterio.
Oh, geez. Rey Mysterio takes it as an insult because he knows who I
You
am
want me
and
to put
what
one
I'm
of my
about.
masks on to do the rest of the show? I can do
Oh,
that.
yeah. The Luchador podcast dad over there. That'd be a
I
great
bet I
way
see him
to
in the
finish.
street. I see him. It's on. It's on.
Better be ready to fight, that's for sure. But you know who was ready to fight last night? The new United States champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. Great entrance. I love his new look. Tim, I'm going to go to you first because this was a shocker to me. I don't know about you.
I really had high hopes that Nakamura was going to win because my first thought was, if he don't win, what the hell is the point of this new debut with the new entrance and new style and whole? I meditated so deep. I have woke up a secret part of my brain or whatever kind of story to explain the dark side. That was my first thought. Where are you going to go if that's the case? I am so happy he won.
Mm-hmm.
Great Brown Hope, how'd you feel about this? Because I was genuinely surprised when the 1, 2, 3 happened. I was sitting there. I was like,
Yeah,
That
same.
happened.
Same. Me and my wife were talking about something, and then it suddenly happened. I was like, wait, did that just happen? And she's like, yeah, it happened. So I wasn't expecting it, really. I honestly thought they were going to give LA Knight a monstrous run because you can't put LA Knight in the title picture for a while. So kind of keeps him busy. So I didn't really expect it, but to see Shinsuke get the win was huge. I expected a match too. I thought LA Knight was going to win either clean or with shenanigans from Shinsuke after the match, something. But yeah, it caught me off guard. I haven't been caught off guard for a while.
I think you guys would probably agree with me when I say this, that we needed some sort of surprise on Survivor Series, just
Yeah.
something outside the norm, because I just think it was about that time we needed some kind of shakeup with the champions currently, because, I mean, you could even make the argument, and we might even talk about it if we have a mixer again, before Saturday night's main event, that Cody should maybe lose the title. I think I see a lot of people putting that out there for him just to maybe get it back. So maybe that's what this opportunity is now. Like you guys talked about, Shinsuke's got this new character, so you might as well give him the ball and see what he can do with it. And then LA Knight can still win it back at the Royal Rumble or, Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad about it whatsoever, Podcast Dad. What about you?
Shocked. I legit, holy shit. He just won the match. Wow. Okay. Because, something, again, we said on our show and in our Survivor Series preview was, I've seen this movie before. I know what happens. Shinsuke is going to lose. And they're trying to make me care again. And I'm not going to care. I'm not going to fall for it. God damn it, I fell for it. I'm now into it. Like, oh, he won, so now I'm into it. And it's just going to break my heart again because that's what they always do. I'm excited to see what happens because I think everybody here loves Nakamura. I think everybody that watches wrestling loves Nakamura, and we need to see something done. He should have beat Rollins at Fastlane. I think I'm going to stand on that. He should have won that title at Fastlane, and he didn't. They didn't pull the trigger then, and then he went away. He's back. I love the character. I love the presentation. They're gonna make me care again, and my heart's gonna get broken again. But
damn,
I'm back in. I'm back in.
We're here to comfort you.
I'm back in.
And then to add to that, you had Jinder and Shinsuke both lose to Seth to add credibility to the World Heavyweight title, and now you have Shinsuke with the United States Heavyweight Championship adding more weight to that belt. That division is deep. It's another heavyweight title. It's not a mid-card title anymore, just like the Intercontinental title. I mean, yeah, they're mid-card belts, so to speak, but they're main event in PLEs, they're main event in Monday Night Raw, SmackDown. I mean, I wouldn't mind taking the US or IC title over to main event an NXT event once in a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Nakamura winning was the first time title actually changed at a Vancouver pay-per-view / PLE,
Man,
however you
that's
want to
a stat.
refer to it.
That's a stat. Nice.
Yeah, they brought that up on the post show last night.
Oh, man.
There
Yeah,
you
we
go.
got
Hey,
to get stats like
Tim,
these more often.
I'm going to quickly remove you from the stream, and then we'll pull you back in. I want to see if that makes your connection a little bit better. How's that sound?
Good.
All right. I was going to say.
He's going to run outside and yell at the snow. Watch. He's like, ah!
Tim,
No,
yeah, there you go. Now come back in. All right.
I will say, I think this may open the door for LA Knight and that Money in the Bank, though.
Yeah. No,
They gave him a run with the mid-card title. He did very well with it. He did very well with it.
And it was a good first test. It was to see if the crowd will still ride with him, and they still do.
And they did.
It just get louder and louder and louder. You can't deny it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think I tweeted it out last week. I was like, the LA Knight pop is still most definitely a thing.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
it is.
it's still as hot as it ever was. Like going back to even last year when we were all clamoring for him to win a title. Tim, I think you're looking better already.
Yeah, look at that.
Damn you, Snow! There we go. See, I heard you guys saying I was gonna get all angry old man yelling at clouds so I had to.
Hell yeah.
We got it all situated now, so you're looking good over there. We could move on here to the Intercontinental Championship match where Braun Breaker successfully retained his IC title in another banger. Great Brown Hope. You know, the story going into this really was Sheamus never getting that Intercontinental Championship. He still is never held that title since Braun beat him here in this match. I love this one. I thought it was a lot of fun. What says you?
Oh, the match was great. The match was awesome. I mean, Ludwig Kaiser he just gets better and better with every single match. And yeah, exactly. He's already very vocal. He's very charismatic, and he's very what's the word I'm looking for? He's eccentric. He believes in himself. He knows he's the shit, and that's how he carries himself. And it does a lot having to go up against a guy like the Big Booty Nephew, Braun Breaker, and Sheamus, who's a former world champion, who I was telling my wife, it's crazy. This guy's been around for 16 years now. It feels like just yesterday he debuted on ECW, and it's been 16 years. But the only thing that is kind of annoying me a little bit is the whole this title has eluded me my whole career. Like that's the same thing they did with Big Show when Cody Rhodes was on a phenomenal Intercontinental title run. And what happened? They gave it to Big Show at WrestleMania to give him his WrestleMania moment.
Didn't he step through the table too in one of their matches?
He did.
That was a good ending. That was a good ending. Screw you. That was just creative shit.
Yeah, he stepped on the table and then he had that look on his face like he trusted a Taco Bell fart.
You just put yourself through a table.
That was one of the first pay-per-views I ever watched too. I started watching in 2011, so that moment lives in there. Yeah,
I was there. I saw it.
I went through some tough times as being a fan of the WWE, but here we are. Things are great.
You came in at a really rough time.
Yeah, I did.
So
Braun Breaker retaining podcast, Dad. How we feel about this one?
It was the right decision. Like, dude's a stud. Dude's gonna be a future world champion. It wasn't his time to lose it. I like that they threw Kaiser in there just to all right, go swim with the big fish now. Let's see what you got. He's in there with a guy that they see is going to be the future and a veteran in there in Sheamus, and I thought he held his own. So this was a good, I think, first test for Kaiser. Braun winning doesn't surprise me. Sheamus will get his WrestleMania moment. It'll be fine. Then I think Braun moves on to world title contention. But yeah, like really, really fun match. Braun Breaker is just that dude's a freak, man. He is something else. They got a bunch of those now, and when you really look at their young talent and kind of what the future is going to be, it's scary because they got a lot of good ones coming up. I mean,
they got the NIL factory.
Yeah, and he's one of them. He's one that will main event a WrestleMania. Like that's going to happen. But yeah, really, really, really fun match, and I think the right person won.
I do too, but the question I have, and this can go to you, Tim, first, since I haven't even got your opinion. Who do you think will be the one to eventually take that title off of Braun Breaker? Do you think it will be Sheamus?
I think it's going to be Jay. I think they just put it on Braun for the time being, so that way Jay could go and do the Bloodline story. And now that that's going to be settled, we'll get into that part with the War Games match later. Yeah. But after that, I think he's going to chase after the IC belt for a little bit. Probably win it back right before Mania or at Mania, but I definitely see Jay being the guy chasing after wanting his belt back.
Yeah, I could see that. I also could see the Usos kind of reuniting and facing Guerrillas of Destiny at WrestleMania. I think that might be the possible direction, and they can just continue this Sheamus story. But like the Great Brown Hope said, they kind of have been just like feeding us that line every single time. Like, hey, Sheamus has never won the IC title, and it's starting to get a little old.
And then what did Braun Breaker say? He's like, oh, anytime somebody has an Intercontinental title, here comes Sheamus knocking at the door. Like, hey, let me get a title shot.
This is true.
Braun Breaker is unintentionally funny, man. He's not even trying.
He's dipping into his uncle's bag of promos. That's what it is.
Nephew. Big bad booty nephew.
I'm surprised he doesn't need new ribs after basically eating the announce table on Monday Night Raw.
That spear he did last night, it was like he just jumped off a catapult.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy.
Tim, I didn't even ask you. You enjoyed the match then, I'm assuming, right, Tim?
Oh, God, yeah. That was... Sheamus is hands down one of the biggest sleeper hits in WWE for like the past 10, 15 years. People have seriously underestimated him because he could put on bangers with anyone. And now that he's waving that with pride, doing banger after banger after banger, it's just like, yeah, I haven't been disappointed with a bad match. I haven't been disappointed with a match with Jimmy yet.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Sheamus has reached the point of his career similar to like The Miz and Randy Orton, where everybody just wants to appreciate the work that they have done. They've gotten to that veteran status. In Rey Mysterio, right.
Oh, God, here we go again.
Cheers, guys.
Drink Four Loko. That's all I'll say it for him. I know that's what he's
I like you guys, so it's fine. Talk all the shit you want.
We like you too. I think we'll keep you around.
Yeah, you guys are cool as fuck.
Bill said Breaker thought he was diving into a pool when he speared Kaiser.
Yeah.
It looked like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when he tossed Jazz out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True that.
Uncle Phil grabbed his ass.
Hey, we got 30 people watching live right now. So if you are watching on YouTube, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I believe we're only one away from 50. But Chris, what's the magic number that we ask out of the people watching live?
Thank you so much. How many people did you say were watching?
30.
30. Everybody that's watching right now, go tell one friend. Yep. Tell one friend. Hell, it doesn't even have to be a friend. You can go tell the guy at Jimmy John's when you get your sandwich today. Have you guys seen these podcasts? Just do it. It's not going to hurt you. The worst they can say is, here's your sandwich, please go away. But you tell one friend, then maybe that friend tells another friend. If you like what we're doing here, we're having fun, we're creating content. If you like wrestling and you know somebody that likes wrestling, subscribe to our channel so we can keep doing this. Because I don't know about these three, but I'm having a ton of fun doing this. So I want to keep doing this.
We really are a fun bunch. Like, people are really missing out on all kinds of stuff that we got. So
we're a lovely band of little misfits.
Yeah. Exactly. That's the way to word it.
We got to hit the road. All of us. We got to get the whole main event crew, hit the road. And
I'll tell you what, Great Brown Hope, one of these days we are going to find a mutual event that everybody can make it to. Maybe get a pop-up tent of sorts, get a table
Hell
going, and just give out some
yeah.
free shit.
Uh.
Have fun. We got some things cooking. Trust me. The main
do it.
event crew is gonna be here for a while, so make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel for more great content. You'll see Tim's uploads every single week. So not only can you see
Twice
them
a week.
on Tim's channel, you get them on the main event, so you get the best of both worlds. Am I right, Mr. Vicious?
In the immortal words of Ian, YouTube GOAT, his words, not mine. I'm just quoting.
Hell yeah.
This is
Little
true.
hashtag humble brag.
Ian's probably not even watching.
Hey,
No,
fun
he's
fact
asleep.
though. Hey, Ian was over last night, so I had
I just played
a
Ian,
lot
my
of the
boy.
main event
You're my
crew
boy,
over
Ian.
last night. We went out, we had a couple drinks, and Ian actually
Fuck
crashed
yeah.
here. He crashed on my
Oh.
couch tonight.
Wait, so why isn't he a guest like with you right now?
He's got to go to the airport now. He's got to go home.
Let him know if he buys
Say hi.
if he buys a main event crop top, I will also, so that way we can do a pose off.
Hey, he's
I'm
got
hearing
one. He
on
wore it on
he's doing the
OTM.
big, on how he's getting that big strong boy look going.
Oh man, I gotta
We're
start
all
working
clanging
out.
and banging on the weights over here at the main event. We bring the boom,
I'm not.
baby.
I'm not.
Oh, look at those.
I haven't lifted a weight in years.
You're juggling 2 kids. You got twins.
That's fair.
You know, that's enough weight right
Yeah,
there. You
no,
got
that
your
is.
hands.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
right there. Some
We got
curls.
2 more matches to talk about, boys. Let's talk about the World Heavyweight Championship match. Ooh, not. So maybe I got to go to you first because of that reaction, podcast dad. Gunther retains against Damian Priest. I don't think you enjoyed this one from the looks of things.
I am so tired of Finn Balor. I don't want Finn Balor and Damian Priest. I'm done. I don't care. I'm done. I don't want it anymore. I don't want Gunther to be a face. I don't want that because now he's kind of leaning into it. Like, I don't need Kaiser, and he took out Finn Balor, and now he's doing the heroic thing. We saw him be vulnerable to a guy that was never going to take the title off of him. We all know that. There was a 0% chance that Priest was going to win that last night. 0. Probably negative. And yet, Gunther still needs help to beat Damian Priest. Why? And why is Finn Balor still here? Why is the Judgment Day and Priest still a thing? I'm done. I don't want it anymore. Go to the next match.
I think these are fair criticisms, Tim. I don't know if you agree with the podcast dad over here, but how did you feel?
I thought the buildup was cool, just seeing that Gunther had 1 or 2 chinks in his armor, just to add a layer to his character. But I could have done without the Finn interference, just to pardon the old saying, make Gunther look strong. You know, I mean, you could have had Balor show up after the win to come in, go and do a beatdown, beat the piss out of him, and then just be like,
They did.
yeah, you couldn't even win the title. What makes you think you could go against me? Boom. And then leave it like that.
I think the podcast dad said it best, and I'm not going to speak for the Great Brown Hope, but I know I'm tired of seeing Judgment Day anything. Like, I don't care for the Judgment Day anymore. I know that's tough to say because there's a lot of talented people in that faction, especially like a JD McDonough who's, barely defending his tag titles. But
Hey.
Because our truth isn't there anymore.
Stop.
Because our truth isn't with them.
Great Brown Hope, do you
please
agree with
defend
what
this.
we're saying here
Please
about
defend
this
this.
match?
You got to stop the JD hate. Like JD is
Nobody's hating.
Nobody's
no. I
saying-
mean, you just said the JD.
No, they just don't defend their titles.
I
That's
said
annoying.
he
No,
could
they
be,
really
yeah,
don't.
he
They really
could
don't.
be
They
doing
don't.
more.
And that's what I thought about too. To go off of what podcast that said, it's annoying because once Judgment Day was no longer Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, none of them are original members. It's a bullshit ass crew. I mean, I love my boy Dom and everything, but even him sticking around with Judgment Day does not help the case. They got Carlito now. They got Raquel Rodriguez. It just became NWO Wolfpack in a sense.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you don't want to see it. But you don't want to see it. That's the difference. Like nobody wants. I mean, I get it. Liv Morgan has her fan base. She's got her fans. That's all gravy. That's all gravy. But now you went and turned one of the biggest groups in the last 2 or 3 years into a sideshow, essentially, because our Carlito couldn't get in after JD couldn't get in for shit. But JD got in, and then Carlito wanted to get in, and then they went in, like, mixed all the members up. I get it. Now it's Finn Balor's crew. But I don't want Finn Balor against Damian Priest again. I mean, Finn Balor's a tag team champion. If Damian Priest had cost him the tag titles, then that makes sense.
Right.
At this point, Damian Priest isn't even worried about Finn Balor. He don't give a fuck about Finn Balor. He wants his title back. He's been talking shit to Gunther to his face, making Gunther vulnerable, and all of a sudden Finn Balor wants to pop up and ruin shit. Like, no, it doesn't work.
I agree with what Tim was saying, though. At least the build to this match for me was strong, in my opinion. You could shake your head all you want. You could say no, but I enjoyed the build.
It was a strong build.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
I brought
Give an extra layer of character to Gunther.
That's fine. Do it with somebody that I think is going to win the title. Then do it with Punk.
But I brought this up on the OTM podcast. Like, Priest made Gunther look like a human being.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but he was never going to win the title. But he was never a threat. That was my thing.
Yeah.
Have him be dominant against Priest, and then the next challenger, whether that is a Punk or whoever, is a credible person that, they might actually take the title off of Gunther for this person. Then you show the chinks in the armor.
No, it won't be John
Have
Cena.
him continue to be dominant until somebody bigger steps up. I hope it's John Cena.
Yeah,
I hope it's John Cena.
Give it to me.
This just
Give me
adds
what
a
I want.
layer because I feel like eventually Gunther's going to be a babyface.
I don't want that.
Eventually. But it's got to happen. He's
No,
already been Gunther and Walter for so long.
Yeah,
It's going to get boring. It's going to get boring, though. You know what I mean?
It's going to happen naturally.
Yeah.
People are just naturally going to turn him. No,
They're thinking
just
about
like
the
with
casual
Steve
audience.
Austin.
Like, they're going to turn on him. They're going to turn on Gunther. I mean, like, they just showed him as vulnerable, which is something that they have not shown ever since he started in NXT UK. He's always been unstoppable. And now that more eyes are on Gunther, they can do whatever they want with him. Like, you know what? You got the world title. We can do whatever we want with you. Let's make you look vulnerable. Let's make it look like someone can actually beat you.
Yeah,
And that's what Damian
it wasn't Priest.
I get what the podcast dad's saying, though.
No, it wasn't going to be Priest, but he put the cracks in there. So someone's going to come in and tear the building down.
Gunther does need to look a little stronger going forward, I think, though.
But he's not. Now Priest is going to deal with fucking Finn Balor for a month or two,
Fuck
maybe
that.
into
Another
the
year.
Rumble. Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be a WrestleMania match.
After
It's going to be a
Oh.
WrestleMania match. Yes, it is.
Hell in a Cell match.
Yes,
Hell
it
in a
is.
Cell. Hell in a Cell. Finn Balor
Okay.
and Damian Priest.
And
Hell
then,
in a
and
Cell
then
at
Finn Balor
WrestleMania.
will lose again, just like when
Exactly.
Edge buried
Exactly.
Finn Balor.
Yeah, we're going to see the Demon come back, and he's going to lose again.
The
Yeah.
next night on Raw. Yeah, the next night on Raw.
That's
the
one
Demon
guy
comes
they
out and
haven't
ambushes
figured
him.
out. Finn Balor. It hasn't worked 100%.
I would just
Really.
have Finn Balor be Gunther without the Judgment Day.
I can see that.
You know what I mean?
It would take a lot of rebuilding, though.
Yes, it
That's
would.
for sure, to build him up to look credible. Because at the end of the day, he is just a tag team guy right now. I know they're all equals, too, in the new Judgment Day. I don't know.
titles
Too much
matter.
Judgment Day talk. Let's move on.
Yeah,
Too
yeah.
much Judgment Day talk. Let's talk about the main event because it was a awesome main event. So many stories being told throughout this one. Obviously, we found out, as you can see, everybody acknowledging the OTC, the OG bloodline, gets the win over the new bloodline. I was shocked to see that. Great Brown Hope, I'm actually going to go to you first. Like I said, a lot of stories being told here. The CM Punk dynamic. You're repping that OG bloodline t-shirt. How'd you feel about that main event?
We are the ones, baby. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I thought Sami Zayn was going to pull some bullshit.
Yeah.
I really did. I thought Sami was going to either hit a haluva kick on Punk or Roman. But it was a beautiful main event. I loved it. It served its purpose. Everybody got to look like a badass. Everybody got to shine. Bronson Reed did not look weak. He took himself out. That's the beautiful part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Crazy.
yeah. Like,
That was crazy.
in that kind of match, are you going to believe that the OG bloodline is going to beat the new bloodline? Like, come on. You've got crazy ass fucking Tama Tonga. Tonga Loa who can't put a table into a ring. And you got ruthless Solo Sikoa and murderous Jacob Fatu and then big Bronson Reed. Like, they're unstoppable.
I love you, Solo!
Love you, Solo!
Everybody get it out of your system. I know we all want to.
Hey,
Acknowledge you. I love you.
and Jacob Fatu is literally Paul Heyman because that's what Paul Heyman does with Roman. I love you, my tribal chief. I love you, my tribal chief.
I'm not scared of Paul Heyman.
But
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. That's Jacob Fatu. He could yell at, so I love you, Solo, and nobody would be like, what are you doing? Everybody be like, oh, fuck, stay away from this guy.
Yeah,
Like,
that
this
dude.
guy will fuck you up.
Jacob Fatu is a star, and I know we all
your
talk
world
and
champion,
speak
man.
his praises, man. Like when he, like when he just went and got out of the cage, the whole crowd's like, okay,
Here
here
it
we go. Shit's about to pick up.
Oh,
But like
God.
Bill Moss is saying too, podcast dad, I thought the whole story with Punk and Roman Reigns, I thought he was going to GTS Roman too and walk out.
Yeah.
Come to find out, they actually were working together throughout this entire match, which surprised me. I don't know about you, sir.
Which one?
Podcast dad. Yeah, I was talking
There
to
you go. Okay. I was like, who? Which sir?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I still don't think we needed Punk and Bronson Reed. That's just me. I'm going to die on that hill. I think you could have done Bloodline versus Bloodline. It would have been fine. Jacob Fatu is going to win the Royal Rumble, not this year, but the following year. Mark my words down. Right now,
Bookmark.
on this date of, what is
It's
it?
bookmarked. I got
Intern.
you.
December,
You know.
December 1st,
Podcast
2024.
dad.
He will win the
You
2026
said it.
Royal Rumble. Yeah,
And
because
the
that guy's
27. And the
because that guy's a
27.
star. He's a freaking star, man. And people are going to get behind him, and people are going to love him. I thought he did very well in the match. Bronson Reed flying off the cage, messing up his ankles, apparently. It was crazy. A little surprised we didn't get The Rock. A little surprised we didn't get Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
I definitely thought we were going to get Seth Rollins.
Exactly.
Did anyone know if Jacob legitimately hurt his knee in that match? Because you
It
saw the
looked
way
like
he
he
was
did.
moving around after he did
No.
that one moonsault.
If anyone is more inhuman than John Cena, it's Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He did
fair.
look hurt.
He heals
Yeah.
overnight.
The way he
heals-
was like, he had to literally pick his
Yeah.
leg up to go through the rope. That's what had me thinking: is this legit or this work?
His love for Solo will make him unstoppable. Very fair.
Podcast dad, who did you pick to win on your guys' prediction in this match?
I picked the new Bloodline.
So did I. So
Yeah, me too.
I thought Seth was going to get involved. I thought Sammy might do something. Like for
same.
me, it didn't make a ton of sense to have the OG Bloodline win because is
No.
this the end of the feud?
No,
that's what
I thought it was going
ask
to
you
be.
guys.
I thought the OG Bloodline was going to win, just so that way they could stretch it to like maybe Saturday main event or maybe the Rumble and have
What are they
Roman
gonna do?
solo tribal combat end it all there.
I think you want Roman in the Rumble though.
Probably.
Maybe, but
you want
Just
to plan
maybe, but I'm thinking that if you do tribal combat, then you can include The Rock, so that way then you can get the Rock and Roman match finally.
Wait, now that I think about it, what if Roman? A good scenario, you put Roman in a place where it's like you're gonna be in the Rumble match, but if you win the Rumble, I'll give you a chance to take your Ulafala back. So he doesn't have to fight for the title. He wins the Rumble and fights solo, and then the title
Could be.
champion. Something
I
like
want
that.
him to fight The Rock.
That would
at
be different.
WrestleMania.
Same.
I don't want to see The Rock anywhere. I don't even want to see him in Fast X 2. I don't want to see The Rock anywhere for a while.
All right.
So-
The Ric talk I was okay with. The
Let
Rock.
them shine. Let
Out of your
them
mind.
shine. You
Out
know
of
what
your
I'm saying?
mind.
Like the
Out of your
Rock
mind.
can take away so much from them.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see him though. At least like The Rock showed up at the end of Bad Blood
Yeah.
for what? Like
Nothing.
just
Cody.
to do
Yeah.
this.
To tease the Rumble.
He
Yeah,
showed
Tim-
up for Cody.
Tim, you're right. Tim, like that's what my friends were telling me that were watching. They're like, Rock's not going to show up just because his beef's with Cody and no one else.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, because we
That's fair.
still don't even know what it was that The Rock gave Cody on the Raw after Mania. For all you know, it could be anything from a pocket watch to a Challenger coin to
Riley Reed,
something
forearm
saying,
Tuesday.
I'm your boss. You're going to give me a match when I say so.
He could have just handed him a shiny Morgan dollar, like, "Hey, don't lose this. This is worth money."
I guess we'll never know because
We never will, like-
No.
That's the
never.
thing about The Rock. You can't count on him to show up for the storylines. I mean, he's got his own priorities. He's got his own
Yeah,
priorities. You know what I
he's
mean?
He's in the middle of doing a live action Moana.
Yeah.
Guys, drink
And,
Terramana too. I got because I sell it and
So good.
he
This
pays
is
me.
so
yeah.
good.
Oh, does he have Terramana? All right, if he has Terramana, I'm gonna be happy because that's my.
Yeah, I
that's
just
my
got my
product.
bourbon. That's it.
What kind of bourbon was that again, Tim?
It's zero proof. For those that don't
Ah.
know, I don't drink, but this is Lear's American
Nice.
Malt Zero Proof Bourbon. This stuff tastes
I
legit.
say this last shot,
The
Ooh,
Mana.
ooh, dog, just for you. And,
Hey,
and me and my wife are loyal to Casa Amigos. Like that's all we drink.
I sell that too. That's okay.
But this little 375 is $18 at the local liquor
Yeah.
store. $18.
18.
I got it too. I got it too. It's
You know what I'm
great.
saying?
Let's take a shot for the
No,
OG
no, no,
bloodline.
no. No, hell no. Where's your Terramana at, Kyle? Come on.
I don't have any on me.
Wow. And you sell it. Hey, cheers, podcast dad. I got you, dog. Look at that. Look at that, podcast dad. I got
There you go.
Right there.
Cheers.
We love you, Solo. That's for Solo, even though he lost. But no, guys, serious question. And I think the podcast dad asked it. Great Brown Hill, let me go to you. Is this the end of the Bloodline feud?
No, hell no.
No.
So don't forget, the last thing we heard Solo said, I'm still the tribal chief.
Yeah, but how? He just loses every big match. You can't be the tribal chief if you lose all the
He
time.
didn't lose the last one.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
but
they're
Great.
now.
Like I
now-
said, Tribal Combat, Royal Rumble,
Yeah,
Roman
exactly.
versus Solo
Exactly.
for the Ulafala.
Now Roman can say we're 1-1.
Bill
go.
Moss said he had a
Let's go.
shot of Pepsi, which, by the way, Coke is better than Pepsi.
Well, yeah.
Right.
I like Coke myself, but it goes through a different kind of straw.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
No shame.
Hey, any final remarks though from the main event of Survivor Series, gentlemen?
I want to know what Punk that favor is going to be. He whispered in Heyman's ear, and when I need the favor, I'm going to ask you. So
$50 gift card to the Cheesecake Factory.
No, you know what the favor is? He's gonna ask Paul Heyman to make him a new bracelet.
Or do we have any serious guesses?
it's going to be a title shot. It's going to be when Roman wins the title back.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
going to be a title shot.
And
If
then
not a
Roman
title
gets-
shot, my personal guess legitimately is that he gets to say he wants Paul with him on Raw because remember the last time before Paul got
Yeah.
powerbombed was when Punk said, what was that favor you wanted? Take me with
Take
you.
me with you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Could
true.
be.
I like that.
Yeah. That actually makes the most sense if we're connecting.
And
the
it's
dots.
funny because Tim talked about that on Vicious Rants, right?
Yeah. Also, a side note, I wanted to bring this up also. Did anyone else, I've been pounding this to the ground for the past couple weeks. Does anyone notice that Jey Uso was pretty much doing the unofficial playmaking for the OG bloodline because he kept telling Roman, make the call to this guy, make the call to that guy. And Roman just kept looking like, no, and then eventually doing it.
Yeah, because they're equals now.
It goes
that's the
back
story.
to what Roman was saying before
Oh, yeah,
about
that's what I
JG, his successor, saying it was my job to get us to the promised land. It's your job to keep us there. He's living up to being the next tribal chief.
No, Jacob Fatu. I
Yeah.
acknowledge you.
But now you get Jacob Fatu versus Jimmy. I mean Jay.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad. Jacob versus
That's fine.
Jay. Yeah, exactly.
He just
It's
destroyed him
beautiful.
on SmackDown.
Ah.
The
Don't do it
beauty of
again.
all of this
That's
still
the
is
seven.
that there is so many directions they can go post War Games with this story. So I guess time
Jay's gotta
will
go
tell
for-
what.
Jay's got to go back to Raw, right? Isn't that
Yeah,
how the brand split works? Wait,
you would think.
He's going to go back, get his Intercontinental belt.
no.
I don't know, man.
Go feud with
I
Well, he's
don't
going
know.
to chase after it anyway.
Yeah,
Oh, you
he
know what?
might.
No, yeah, it might. Monday, Jay calls out Braun, and then the new bloodline comes out and fucks it up.
Bronson Reed is still on Raw,
There
so
you go.
Bronson Reed could just
Bronson Reed
be
doesn't have
the-
any legs. So
And
yeah.
that's another thing. Bronson Reed is Bloodline 2.0. I don't care what anybody says. I tweeted about it last night too. He comes out with the Bloodline.
He
They
looks
don't
like
announce
it, yeah.
him as
Looks
the
like it.
Bloodline and Bronson.
Yeah.
They don't announce him
They're a
that way.
cohesive
They
unit,
include
and
him
they
in the
still
breakdown.
lost.
Yeah.
Bronson
It's
Uso.
beautiful.
Bronson
Yeah,
Uso.
but think about it. Look at the CM Punk and Roman Reigns, the tension. The Bloodline 2.0 did not have that. Everybody
No.
was in for Solo.
Yep.
For
And they
Solo.
lost.
You know what I Yeah, exactly. But you know what? If they called them out tomorrow night, is CM Punk going to come back them up again?
That's
Probably
why
not.
I don't understand why they
Probably
won.
not.
That's like my argument is why did they win
Exactly.
then? Like the OG
Well,
Bloodline
yeah.
should have won then.
The OG Bloodline won so that Heyman can owe Punk a favor. That's it.
That's
That's it.
honestly
That's the
I'll
only
wait.
what it
reason.
is.
I'll wait. I'll wait.
Yeah,
Triple
let's
H has
see
done
what the
very well.
favor is. Exactly. See what
Triple
the
H has done
favor
well.
is.
I'll wait.
Where are the interns? Where's Nick? How many pay-per-views we got left to WrestleMania?
We only got, I think, 2. He
Right.
said.
We got Saturday
Saturday
night.
night.
Great.
You got Saturday night, the Rumble.
There's another
Elimination
Saturday night's
Chamber.
main event before Mania 2.
It counts. It counts.
But
It
they're
counts.
not PLEs.
But it
They're
counts.
going to treat it like they
They're
are.
pushing
Sure.
it. Yeah, they're pushing
Yeah.
it like it counts.
It's like a grand
come on.
slam with AEW. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanted to
TV
bring this
special.
up earlier, but Cody didn't defend his belt again. You
That's
know what
fine.
I mean?
That's
No,
fine.
it's not. It's not.
I
don't
fine.
need a
he
main
wa-
event for a main event.
He was going to get overshadowed on this pay-per-view. That's fine.
Yes,
Where were
he
they going to
would.
put him on
Yeah,
this?
that's true.
Where were they
That's
going to put
true.
him? And I didn't want him in War Games.
You know what?
Yeah, and imagine he retains. People would have thrown a fit too. Like if that happened on this card against Kevin Owens.
He could have done an open challenge. He could have.
No.
Anybody from NXT could have showed up. Trick Williams could have showed up.
I don't
Give me
see that.
Oba Femi.
Yeah, but, no, that Oba Femi should have won.
I just wanted to get it.
Wait,
Penta
shows
says,
up.
"I want to answer the open
Uh-huh.
challenge."
The day
Zero,
his contract
Mysterio.
expires. The day his contract expires. I have no contract. Let's go.
L W
W.
O.
Stop. You guys are not funny. You guys did that on purpose.
Oh, man.
We did not.
You did it on purpose. You guys are assholes.
Oh man! Oh god!
Oh, we're
There's only
kidding.
one reason you did that, and that was to get me annoyed. It's okay.
We did not plan that.
Yeah, you
We did not.
It was perfect.
It
was.
ended up working out.
Get the
So much fun
interns
we're
on it.
having. Go subscribe to our YouTube.
When the interns post the TikTok videos, they're gonna show how perfectly in unison you two were.
Good.
Exactly.
Go follow us
gonna
on
be a
TikTok too.
It's going to be a clippable moment for sure. But let me get your guys' overall grades. I like to go by the grading scale, not by the Meltzer scale. So, Podcast Dad, I'll start with you. Overall grade for Survivor Series.
Solid B+. I didn't think
Tim?
it was an A show.
A Daniel Bryan show, huh?
No, I think we hyped up the War Games a little bit too much. But I would say a B+ show.
Tim, what do you think?
I'd say B+. Yeah. Also, it was a good show. I would have liked. There was a good action, but I was kind of expecting a lot more physicality, and it's not saying that there wasn't any. Just I kind of set my own expectations higher than I should have.
I think a lot of us would agree with you there, Tim. Great Brown Hope, letter grade for Survivor Series.
C.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Not enough Nia Jax. I'm sorry. Too much
We
Liv
got a-
Morgan. Not enough Nia Jax. And
Alright.
Nia Jax is the women's champion of SmackDown,
She is. And I thought she was
And-
going to get cast in up there for a second.
and the Queen of the Ring.
Long may
Oh,
she
also-
reign.
Oh yeah.
Well, Charlotte comes back.
So for her to be overshadowed by Liv was bullshit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Podcast Dad and Tim. I think B+ is a safe
Oh, yeah.
bet there. There really wasn't like any bad match, but like
No.
they were saying, I think we had a lot of hype going into this PLE. So we just set ourselves up for a little bit of disappointment, but that doesn't take anything away. It was a good show. Stories progressed, and I think the biggest surprise and takeaway might be that Shinsuke is the United States champion.
Crazy.
Which is crazy to think of that's one of the biggest highlights. But
But
guys, before we sign off, I want to hear what you guys got coming up. So, Podcast Dad, what's on the horizon for the Junkies Pod?
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull up the schedule real quick. I know we're going live 4 days this week. We have on Tuesday, Braden Toon is joining the show. If you guys have seen him, he's independent scene, really, really good guy. He's going to join the show, and we're going to talk some stuff with him. But other than that, we'll be here. We'll be here at what time do we do that? 6:30. 6:30 Eastern. Not as good as my co-host.
Junkies Pod is where
Yes.
you can follow their show. Mr. Vicious, we got some rants and chats coming up next week, right?
Yeah, rants every Tuesday morning, typically around 2 a.m. Tuesday Eastern. It's same on YouTube and Spotify. You know, I've had some people tell me they can get them on. I put them on other platforms, but I've been having some people tell me there's problems getting them on there. I got to check on that. But Vicious Chats also every other week. This week coming up, this episode coming up, I got Jay-Z Graham. I don't know if you guys ever had the luxury to talk to him.
No.
Hell of a dude, awesome guy, belt collector, dude,
Belt collector.
Bojangles champion, the infamous Bojangles champion.
Oh,
And-
nice. Yes, I have heard him.
Oh yeah, Jay-Z Graham, hell of a dude, awesome guy. We talked suits, Bojangles, titles, wrestling, just life in general. Also, every Monday and Thursday, I drop a random little funny short on my YouTube page called Vicious Words of Wisdom, where I just put out some random deadpan dry humor like
Gets me
your
through life
dating
every day.
profile says, you know me, but not my story. It's meth and Dex. It is always meth and Dex.
There it
You say
is.
Matt and Dicks?
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
I'm going to get sent to the main event HR again now for that, putting
Yeah.
that joke live.
Wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last.
Just
Great
took my
Brown
training.
Hope, what should we look forward to coming up for you?
I would say I got about 4 or 5 blogs left. The season will end for about a month, maybe less. Just a quick little break where I don't send nothing in. But I think I might start doing some result blogs for you guys.
Okay.
We don't have that. Like every website has their Monday, Tuesday, whatever event results. I may commit to watching every show and do some results.
Also, let's
Speak.
congratulate the Great Brown Hope. I have officially promoted him to head editor of the blog. It was
I am
long
the man
overdue.
again.
We got Xander, who used to be a part of Dropkicks and Attractions podcast on the network. He's going to start
Brown.
blogging. So the Great Brown Hope is out here. He always is. One of the more active, him and Tim Vicious, always
then,
interacting with us.
Real quick, I want to announce a winner of a giveaway. We're
Okay,
giving
go
away
for it.
some custom shoes, the Great Brown Hope, 4 local custom vans. So let's see. We got we can't even see it. All right, we got a randomizer.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Let me randomize
believe
it
you.
a couple times. One
Drum roll,
more.
please.
Oh, man.
All right, we got our winner right here. Right here. Oh, you can't even see it.
Wow. What a winner. Congratulations.
We got J. Abraham Pina _1. You have won a free pair of custom vans created by 4 Loco, the Great Brown Hope, and Sonny Nicholas. We will get your pair of shoes out within 3 weeks.
There we go.
Nice,
Main Event
nice.
Network, baby. Main Event Network. You get free shoes here with the Great Brown Hope. You want free shoes? Follow the Main Event Network.
And you got some koozies over there. He's got a lot of good stuff at
Yeah.
main event
You
_net.
guys like foam fingers? You like heat hands? You want some heat hands? Get a 4 Loco foam finger, motherfucker.
Yeah, look at this guy.
Yeah. Follow Main
He's
Event
got
Network.
everything.
Hey, you know what? If you follow Main Event Network today and you send me a tweet, you will get one of these. And
Look at
where's
that.
where's this bullshit at? I got a bunch.
Where's
of
this
stuff to give away.
bullshit?
Yeah.
This
You know
guy's
what?
got
Fuck it.
everything.
Fuck it. The 20th person to follow us will get this 4 Loco jersey.
Damn.
That's sick.
There you go,
Look
killer.
at that. Look at that.
Go.
At main event
the
_net.
20th person to follow us today.
I'm going
Gotcha.
to follow and unfollow.
Real bullshit.
I will. I'll keep.
That doesn't. No, I will get you your own podcast, Dad. Don't even worry about it.
Okay.
I will. I'll keep track of that for you, Great Brown Hope. So make sure you're following us at main event _net. Don't forget, guys, to show some love to Gorilla Press Apparel. Use promo code MEM24. You will save 10% off your order. That is at gorillapressapparel.bigcartel.com. Also, if you want to support the network, rep some of our main event network gear, go to the onthemarkwrestlingpodcast.com. Use code XMIS and you will save 10%. And you can see on your screen right there, the podcast dad showing off a couple pieces of that Gorilla Press apparel. So like I said, use MEM24. You will save 10%. And guys, don't forget to subscribe to the Main Event YouTube channel. Hopefully we're going to have another mixer coming up. It would only make sense with Saturday night's main event that the Main Event Network has a mixer. So stay tuned for that. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in live, and we will catch you guys next time on the Main Event Mixer. See
Go
ya.
Birds.